What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Taylor, and I'm back with another video. And let's get into the video, cause it's been challenging trying to do this video, y'all. This is my fourth time restarting this video, and I'm like to the point where okay, let's try it one more time, cause I was in the bathroom and I had it propped up and I had it set up, but now I'm just gonna hold it and talk to y'all like that. But I want to talk to y'all about healing, transformation, change, and just seeking God, guidance, releasing, letting go, self-love, self-care, going within, loving yourself, healing your inner child, and stuff like that. Just nurturing yourself, making sure you're taking care of yourself, taking care of yourself, and letting go what you need to let go of so you can bring in what God is trying to give to you. So I just want to show y'all some of my testimony, some of the things that I've been through. I'm not going to give y'all every detail because I don't feel like y'all deserve to know everything. But I'm going to let y'all in on some things that I feel like has taken a toll on me and has caused me to go through a change and just caused me to want to heal. Because this time of me healing, like I sat down and said I was going to dedicate time to myself, to pour into me, to learn me, to heal me, you know, to nurture myself, take care of myself, just show myself self-love because I deserve it. I deserve to give myself everything that I wanted to receive from someone else, from a relationship, from a parent, from a relative, from a friend. I owe that to myself because I was looking for it in all the wrong places. I should have been looking within, but I was looking outwardly, and that was just not the right thing to do. After a particular situation that had happened, it was either May 30th or May 31st. It's not the situation that caused me to change. It was just the breaking point. I was at a breaking point, and I was just like, I'm sick of people treating me in a kind of way. I'm sick of people doing me in a kind of way. Like, why won't nobody love me how I want to be loved? Why won't nobody love me the way I'm loving them, the way I'm willing to love them? Like, why can't I get that? I was so tired of thinking that shit. Like, I was like, this is the last time of me thinking that. I am valuable. I am worthy. I am, you know, that. Like, I'm out there in a bag of chips. All that. Full motherfucking course meal, bitch. I was gonna say some regular shit, but shut the fuck up, Taylor. This situation had happened, and like I say 2-3 days later, I had sat down on the couch with myself, and I was like, I'm not going through this no more. I'm finna love you. I am finna love you. Like, I was telling myself, I'm finna love you. Like, I'm finna take time out to take care of myself and heal myself. Because I'm sick of people treating me in a kind of way. I'm sick of me allowing people to treat me in a kind of way because that's not what I deserve. If I know I deserve more than that, why am I settling for less? That's what I was thinking. Like, why am I settling for less? So from that day forward, I was like, okay, I'm finna take care of myself. I'm finna nurture myself. I'm not finna go back to nothing toxic. I'm not finna allow no more toxicity in my life. I'm not finna do none of that. Because if I want to grow, if I want to have the life that I want to have, I have to make necessary changes in order to get there. And I knew that. I knew that, but I wasn't willing to make those changes because I was betting on the situation. I was betting, oh, we can change. It can change. I was having hope. I had hope in a dead end situation at the time, because they didn't see my value. They didn't see my worth. Obviously, I didn't see it either. That's why they didn't see it. So, and it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a situation that made me change. It was everything that I've been through. I was at a breaking point. Like, I've never felt love growing up. I always felt boxed in. I always felt out of place. I always felt misused, mistreated. I always felt like people just didn't like me for no reason. Like, I always felt like that. And I didn't understand why until, last month. God was making me journal. put it on my heart to journal. Well, my journal is in the bathroom, but he was putting it on my heart to journal, and I'm like, okay. Literally, that whole month, I would just write down prayers, write down visions that I had for myself, for people that I had in my life. I was writing down, I was envisioning stuff that I wanted, and that I still want. Like, everything that I wrote in that book, I know it's gonna come to pass, and God already told me that it was. That's why I'm not worrying about nothing. I'm not stressing about nothing. I may look unfazed and everything, but I just trust in God. Like, I trust that everything is gonna play itself out. And if, like, it ain't even no and if, everything is gonna play itself out. God has told me. God has given me many signs. He's given me many dreams, and I just know that everything gonna work itself out, and I'm not finna contemplate on it. I'm not finna stay stuck in no negative. Oh, is it gonna happen? Is it not? No. I'm waiting, and I'm being patient on whatever God got for me. But like I said, he was making me journal that whole month, literally. Like, days I wouldn't leave the house. I didn't leave the house in 3 days. I ain't seen the outside in 3 days because God had me in the house journaling, working on myself, focusing on myself. Now, I was so determined, and still is, but I was so determined to be like, hey, what it is that I was crying literally every day. Crying every day, trying to figure out like, God, what it is that you want me to heal, like, what it is that you want me to get on, what it is that you want me to release, what it is that you want me to, like, focus on right now. And I would go back to, like, my childhood, stuff that happened to me in my childhood. I had to end up going to YDC because I was defending myself from being bullied in school. I got bullied from 3rd grade up until 8th grade. 8th grade situation, had to defend myself, threw a chair at a girl and ended up getting a fight. And they say it was aggravated assault, had to end up going to YDC. Prayed. This was my first encounter with God. I was in the cell and I was laying down. I was balled up, like holding my leg, just balled up, like, God, please get me out of this situation. I know this is not for me. I know you don't want me in this position. I know this is not where I'm supposed to be at. So I was just crying, like, God, if you get me out of this situation, I won't get in trouble in school no more. Because I was a little rebellious. I was a little defiant in 6th grade up until 8th grade because I didn't feel loved at home. I didn't feel loved at school. I didn't feel like nobody liked me at school. So I'm like, okay, I got to go home, then I got to go to school. And be in environments that I know I'm not welcomed in. I don't feel welcomed in. So I was just battling with a lot mentally. And I was just like, God, please get me out of this situation. Because this is not where I want to be. I knew I didn't want to be here. Like, it wasn't even my fault that I was there, but it was my fault that I was there because it was a decision that I made. But God was trying to get me to see. I feel like he allowed me to go through that because I was a little extra in school. I used to talk back to the teachers. I used to flip desk over. I even made a teacher cry because I was just that motherfucking bad. Like, I remember her name to this day. Like, I ain't gonna say it. We used to call her Miss D at Weaver. But and I sincerely apologize to her. I don't know if she gonna see this video or what, but I sincerely apologize to her because that was not me. That was nothing but pure enemy, pure evil. Because I used to make that lady cry, and I used to, like, get bad grades in that class, and I used to go crying to her, and she would give me second chances. She would allow me to make up, like. She would allow me to make up whatever it is that I was feeling. And I felt like, because I knew it wasn't me. I'm not no bad person at all. I wasn't no bad kid at all. I was just battling with a lot mentally because I never felt how I wanted to feel, which was love. I never felt like somebody priority, like, put me first for a second. But yeah, I had never felt like that, and I just knew I was going through a lot. So that wasn't nothing but God for allowing her to help me make up just work that I probably missed out on, work that I was feeling, and all that other stuff. But YDC got out of that situation. I had ended up being on probation for a month, and I was on house arrest for a month. And during that time, like being on house arrest, being in the house, not being able to, being in the house, not being able to go nowhere or anything, like I wasn't able to step foot outside the house. Like I had to stay in the house, and that was depressing as fuck. And I remember a time where I was calling my dad. Mind you, my dad was active, but he wasn't as active as I needed him to be, as I wanted him to be. So me and my dad always had an on and off relationship. It wasn't the best. I'm a daddy's girl. I always longed for a great relationship with my dad, but I never received it. And I received what I didn't want to receive, which was the negative side of the relationship, rather than being loved on, being nurtured, being taken care of. Well, he always took care of me, but not in the way that I wanted. Y'all get what I'm saying? But so I'm calling him, like, just wanting to vent, just want to cry out to him. Call one time, no answer. Call 2 times, no answer. 3 times, no answer. And then you ain't even call me back, and I know you seen my call. So that made me feel just even more lonely. It was like my dad was more so of the disciplinarian for me. He never really disciplined my sisters. Like, he was quick. Like, we would call him, Dad, can you come to this concert for us? Like, we would have little concert shows at the and mind you, me saying that this stuff is just me speaking my truth. It ain't to bash nobody. It ain't put nobody out there, put them in no negative light. It ain't none of that, because I forgive my dad. My dad didn't have the tools and necessary love that he needed and emotional support that he needed as a child, so he can give it to me. He didn't do the work to heal and grow and change so I can have everything that I need. And that's fine. Like, his story is his story. His journey is his journey. And same with my mom. Like, I forgive anybody that did me wrong. I'm just speaking my truth. So nobody be offended. But I really don't care about who be offended, because this me speaking on my behalf and what I went through behind closed doors, because I never really tell nobody what I go through. And I just feel led to put this out there, because I done tried to make this video 3 times. This is my 4th time trying. Me and my daddy had the best relationship. He used to jack me up, throw me over sofas. Like, he used to put his hands on me. Not like, black eyes and stuff like that, but he used to physically abuse me. That's a lot for a child. Jack somebody up and throw them over a sofa because you feel like they lying to you. That is a bit much. You laughing in my face as I'm cutting my wrist, telling you that I don't want to live no more, because you sitting here treating me like this. You talking to me like this because I don't want to stay with you. You mad that you that mad because I didn't want to stay with you. You felt like you had to treat me like that because I didn't want to stay with you. I want to stay with my mom. I was literally taking a knife and cutting my wrist. Y'all want to see the mark? Hold on. It didn't heal up a little bit, but this mark right here that's on my wrist, that's a mark from me cutting my wrist. I used to cut my wrist. I wasn't like heavy on cutting my wrist, but I did. Just one time is enough. Like, he used to always put his hand in my face like that. I always do all that extra stuff and yell at me. Just very abusive energy, and it wasn't something that I needed as a child. I just wanted to be loved. I just wanted to be heard. I just wanted to be seen. My feelings were invalidated. It was like every time I tried to express myself, it was always you need to do this, you need to do that. It's always what people telling me what I need to do, rather than listening to what I'm trying to tell you, what I'm going through, like why I'm acting this way. They never asked me, why you acting like that? Why you doing all that? You never sat down and asked me that. You just went straight to disciplining me because that's all you knew. So I'm going through this at home, and I got to go to school. I'm being bullied. So ain't no telling where that take you. Now I'm getting older. I'm in high school going through relationships. My first relationship that I ever been in, I get called a bitch. I get called a hoe. I get called all these vulgar ass names in the book. Mind you, I'm in the 9th grade. 9th grade, you can call the bitch, you can call the hoe, ain't never slept with nobody. Never. So I'm like, what the fuck am I going through? Like, it's so much. Broke my heart, heartbreak in school. Now I'm not really talking to nobody. Now I get in another relationship. I get abused, physically abused. You put your hands on me because of something you didn't like that I did. Something you didn't like that I said. You end up choking me, throwing me against the bed, throwing me on the floor. I get up, I try to pick a table up and throw it at you, you dodge it. So I'm getting angry, like, man, I'm finna get my lick back somehow because ain't no way you just sat there and choked me. I don't think you playing. But when I actually started, I couldn't breathe. Like, my life started flashing before my eyes. I'm like, God, you really finna sit here and let this nigga kill me? That's what I'm thinking in my head, just like that. You really finna sit here and let this man kill me? I couldn't breathe or nothing. Like, choked me, throw me on the floor. I picked up the table, threw it at him, didn't hit him. So I ended up punching the TV. The TV ended up breaking. You take it upon yourself because you mad. You that mad at me because I punched the TV and broke it. That you gotta punch me in my temple. You punched me in my temple. I flew back to the wall. I'm little. I flew back to the wall. My ears started ringing. I couldn't hear nothing. I couldn't hear not a thing. But I see you in my face, sitting on the bed in front of me, just yelling at me. Do you see what you did? You see what you did? I'm right here. You see what you did? That's all he's saying. You see, and pointed at the TV like, you see what you did? I can give a damn about a TV. For one, you just choked the hell out of me. My throat is bruised. My throat hurt. I can barely talk. I can't hear nothing. Now I'm in survival mode. Like, all I'm doing is like, get off of me. Ain't nobody even touching me. I'm yelling, get off of me, get off of me, get off of me. Like, where my keys at? I just want to go. I just want to go. I only got a bra on and some shorts. Because I ain't going to take the story time for another time. If y'all want to hear that, come down below. But the story time, I say that for another time. I'm not really finna go into detail about that. No. Looking for the keys, X, Y, and Z. You don't want to give me the keys so I can leave, but you telling me to you steady telling me to get out, but you don't want to give me the keys so I can go. So I finally get my keys. Hit people in the house. Like, Taylor, save it for another time. Cause, like, I couldn't eat for a week after that. I could not eat for a week after that. My whole jaw over here in the back, my right side of my jaw, because he punched me. Yeah, he punched me in my right temple on this side. So he punched me on this side, and this ear was ringing. I couldn't hear out that ear, and I couldn't chew on this side. I couldn't eat at all, to be honest. Like, and my mouth, to this day, I never went to go get checked out about it. Well, yes, I did. Yes, I did. But I got to tell y'all about that in another story time. But I couldn't eat. It was times where I would ride in the car with my mom and my sisters. I would just burst out crying. I just remember me going into a headspace of like, what the fuck am I going through? Like, what am I literally going through? Like, what am I going through? It was times where I wanted to kill myself. It was times where I just spazzed out of nowhere. I'm punching holes in the wall, kicking holes in the wall, throwing glass plates down the stairs when I was staying with my mom. I understand why they probably reacted the way that they did, because I was a lot, because I expressed myself physically. I used to express myself physically. Now I done learned how to be soft and nurture myself and cater to myself and ask myself, like, what's wrong, before I even allow myself to get to that stage or that point. But I was in so much rage as a child because all I wanted was to just feel loved. I just wanted to feel love. That's all I wanted. I remember a time where I was at the house by myself, and I think I had called my mom. I was like, bye, Mom. Mind you, I'm yelling in the phone at this time. This is the time I had threw plates and throwing stuff everywhere. I had called my mom. I was home alone. And that wasn't nothing but God. But I had called my mom and told her, like, Mom, I'm sick of this shit. I'm done. Bye. All this X, Y, Z. And I tried to drown myself in the tub. Like, I was filling the tub. Like, I was in the tub, filling the tub up with water. Filling the tub up with water, and my face was up under the faucet, so the water was falling on my face, and just laying there, like just waiting for the shit to be over with. Not even 20 minutes later, my mom was there, like busting in the bathroom though, trying to pull me up out the tub and asking me like just holding me. I was literally, I didn't want to. Like, I didn't want to. I'm trying to stay so calm. Cause I'm a very deep person. Like, I know that now. Like, I experience everything deep. I experience everything deep. Like, it could be something small and I probably cry over it. Or I used to probably cry over it because, and probably still now, because I'm a little crybaby. I can admit that. But I just used to experience stuff on a level that I didn't understand as a child. I just want somebody to love me. And then still having to experience relationship after relationship. Like, it was relationships that I was ghosted, and I didn't understand why the fuck I was ghosted. Like, I was left with no explanation. You understand where that put somebody, you with somebody, you thinking everything good, and it just ghosts you out of nowhere. Oh, I love you, X, Y, Z, and you just disappear. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck wrong with me? Like, am I good enough? I wasn't good enough for you? You ain't give me no explanation. I'm going through all these negative ass thoughts in my head that I should have never been thinking. And I should have never been thinking. So, I say all this to say that throughout all this time, I used to always call on God. I gotta prop the phone up now.